everyone, and welcome back to Identity Insights by Indicio. I'm your host, Tim Spring, and today I'm joined by Indicio's Chief People and Community Officer, Frances Donegan-Ryan. And she's here to discuss the Indicio Academy, which she also takes a leadership role in. Thanks for joining us today, Frances. In the past few weeks, Indicio has been taking a look at several use cases for verifiable credentials in education. So, we felt it was only right. We took a look at Indicio's education that we provide, the Indicio Academy. Would you mind giving us a quick overview of what the Academy is?
Sure. So the Indicio Academy is training to drive market expertise in your company, in your teams, all around decentralized identity, verifiable credentials, and the open source community. And it's a great way to get your team on the fast track to both product development and deployment, but also understanding how to market and how to sell an offering in this space, and generally how to talk about it in a professional and engaging and real language way. So it's not just full of technical details and jargon, but really gives you a comprehensive education around this entire industry and digital identity and verifiable credentials.
All right, very cool. So I'm curious, right, diving a little bit deeper because you mentioned there's kind of an array of courses there.
Yeah.
Right, who are the courses catered to, right? You mentioned marketing, engineering. Would you be able to tell us maybe, a couple names of the courses and, what you'll really, get to learn from each one?
Absolutely. So the very cool thing about the Indicio Academy and what differentiates our offering from others is that it's the first certification offered in this space and around this type of technology. So we have three certifications. We start with the fundamentals. So it's your fundamental certification. And then after you achieve that certification, there are two more offerings, the business professional and the technical professional. And obviously, the business professional is for sales, business development, marketers, and product managers in your organization. And the technical professional certification is for those people who are building your products, who are creating demos, who are bringing products to production and launching them. So it's a great way to get your fundamentals in place and then take a second certification in whichever path it aligns most with your position.
All right, that sounds super useful. So in discussing the certifications for just a minute, right, obviously the fundamentals one is fairly straightforward. But I'm curious for the business and the engineering type folks taking those certifications, what would you say that they're able to really do, once they are certified, right? Could an engineer that is certified in this just start building the technology? Is a salesperson ready to get out there and start making calls? Like, once you've done this certification, you are now able to blank for these?
Yeah. So if we start with the fundamentals certification, there are three courses. They each take an hour long. When you do a course, you get either a live expert training or a recorded expert giving the training. You get marketing materials, and you get educational materials, and then you also get access to the exams to be able to earn your certification. So each one of those certs and has all of that included in it. And then within each certification, there are modules. So in the fundamentals, there are three modules. They each take an hour, and you will learn about digital identity and verified information from a very foundations point of view in the first module. So that's looking at things like encrypted peer-to-peer communications, the role of a decentralized ledger, how to do data sharing, how to combat a lack of trust in digital relationships. And it just brings all the pieces together to give you a really great base to start learning from. The other two modules within that certification are process architecture. So this is how the entire ecosystem works, from the person who's issuing, the person who's verifying, the agents that are using it. So it's how it all comes together in real life. And then there's a customer development module. So these are understanding the right strategies, what to avoid when you're communicating and talking about decentralized identity to your customers, your internal stakeholders, and those partnerships that you have. So that's the foundations. If you then are in a business marketing product field, you would go on to take your business professional certification. And there are two modules within that course at specific business applications. So you will learn about this technology out in the real world, how it's put together, and look at case analysis and have a discussion around that. So really a great module on bringing everything you learned in fundamentals to life into the real world. And you'll also then take a module on governance administration. So governance is, the backbone of building these products, these decentralized identity and verifiable data products. So you'll learn about concepts around privacy and data privacy. You'll learn about machine readable approaches to governance rules. You'll have a demo of how it all works. And again, that will give you a very strong foundation in not just how to talk about the technology, but also how it works on the back end and how it all comes together in real life and with your customers and with your customers' customers. And then last but certainly not least, the technical professional certification. There are two modules within that cert. Again, they're an hour each. The first one you will learn is a little bit more than foundations, more like expert understanding of all the agents involved, how connections happen, how you hold this information and present credentials. You'll learn all about DIDCOM features and the architecture of how to build a mobile agent. So this really gets into the technology and how to build a prototype or proof of concept or a demo. And then you'll actually go in to how to run trust network demos. So you'll learn about testing environments, and you'll be able to understand how to take proven or the Indicio technology and bring it to life with your own product laid on top of that. So really great education, really great training. If you take both the fundamental certification and the foundation certification and then move into the professional level ones, it's only going to take you 5 hours. These are not courses that will take you a huge amount of time to get through. And you'll be able to keep all the materials the videos and the handouts and refer to the exams so that you have that to go back to as you then take these learnings and start to build your products.
Okay, nice. So you rattled off quite a few courses and different things you can learn there. I'm curious, right, obviously, as we've been talking to customers, are there any courses they've been particularly excited to learn about?
Yeah. So I would say there are two that are the faves, if you will.
Hmm.
Under the business professional certification, the business applications module is incredibly popular. In fact, not just for those in the business marketing product field, but we find a lot of technical professionals also take the business certification because learning how to talk about how this technology works in a friendly, conversational, instructional way that isn't filled with technical details that people can get lost in or business jargon, to really be able to communicate these concepts is so important, no matter your role. And so I would say that that is one of our most popular courses because it gives you a way to communicate about this technology, whether that's, internal with your teams, with your leadership team, or with your customers. The other really popular one is the one module that's part of the fundamentals is the process architecture module. So this is really learning how an issuer and a verifier software works together and how the agents that bring those two sides together operate. So I would say that that's a really great technical foundation. Again, that no matter your role, you really need to know and understand. And then the way to have conversations about the technology would be the other really popular and frankly very useful module to take.
Nice. So obviously, I'm sure, in a perfect world, everyone would kind of take these courses and know how to talk about, decentralized identity, verifiable credentials, and all those things. But I'm curious, who are the courses really set up for? Obviously, right, you can do it right before you start building. Would it be helpful to those kind of mid-project to see how other people are doing it? Once you have a project already completed, is it still worth it to learn how to talk to your customers or have your customers take a training? Like, where where would teams be at that you think would be like the best point to take these courses?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think that as your company starts to map out your proof of concept or your prototype or your beta, I think certainly taking the fundamentals certification is going to be incredibly helpful just to make sure that you're understanding governance, you're understanding architecture, and you have a solid base in what this technology is and what it can do. When your prototype is ready and needs to be demoed, or you're offering trials, or you're making a tutorial or a video about it, that's when I think the second two certifications become incredibly valuable, because it will give you the language you need to use in order to talk about the product, whether it's in a sales or marketing environment, or an internal environment with your technical team, or with a technical lead with your customer, for example. I think that that's once you have your proof of concept, once you're starting to look at a beta and you need to do demos and presentations, that's when the professional certifications become very important.
All right, sounds good. So how does one get started? Say I want to get my team certified. What's the process? Just contact Indicio?
Yeah, you can contact us on our webpage or email the individual that you work with at Indicio. You can also visit the website, which is indicio.tech/indicio-academy, or just look for Academy under Learn on our webpage. We do offer the Academy in two options. So the first option is a subscription, an annual subscription, where you can earn up to 15 certifications. So that would be if you had a team that wanted to take these. That obviously is a smaller team, under 15 people. And then we also offer an enterprise package where you have unlimited access to the documentation, and you can certify as many people as you would like. We will be coming out with individual learning, so a subscription service just for those individuals who would like to have this certification on their own. That is not live yet, but we will keep everyone updated and announce it when it is.
Sounds good. It looks like that pretty much brings us to the end of our conversation. Is there anything that we didn't touch on today that you think the people really should know about Indicio's Academy?
I think that people shouldn't be intimidated by it. These are very down to earth, right? These are our experts on our team and leaders in this industry and in this community, just talking to you and explaining it with you and walking you through it. These are not meant to be a barrier to entry into this field. These are just a great way to get more experience, to learn how to be an expert in talking about this technology as well as building it. And they are, like I mentioned, they're pretty short and sweet. You will dedicate 5-6 hours of your life towards getting 2 certifications. So it's something that's quite digestible and easy to wrap your arms around. We did not design this academy and this education and the exams to trip people up or to hold you back. We design them so that you can move forward, so that you can accelerate your career in this field, and you become even more comfortable and more excited about this technology.
Sounds good. Well, it looks like that is our time for today then. If you at home are interested in learning a bit more about verifiable credential technology, please be sure to subscribe to the channel and we'll continue to bring you some educational content. If you have any specific questions or topics that you'd like for us to cover, please go ahead and leave a comment below and we'll be sure to read and address them. Thanks for watching.